You're stuck on a cycle of endless scrolling, binge watching, chasing quick dopamine hits. But then you learn about dopamine detox on social media. It promises that if you quit social media, gaming, and all other addictive technologies for 24 hours and do nothing, you'll reset your brain. But then, after suffering from boredom, you relapse even harder. You're disappointed and blame yourself. But here's the truth: this doesn't work. And it's because the whole idea of dopamine detox is misunderstood. By the end of this video, I promise you that you will have learned a much more effective method to quit bad habits. All these videos on the internet portray dopamine as a bad guy. But dopamine isn't the enemy. It's just a chemical that influences how your brain learns and stays motivated. You cannot detox from it because every habit, good or bad, runs on dopamine. Even watching this video right now is triggering a dopamine release. You don't need to remove dopamine, you just have to get it from better sources. You need to retrain your brain to seek it from the right things. In today's world, it's so easy to fall for cheap dopamine. Every time you check your phone, scroll like a zombie on TikTok, or binge watch a show, your brain releases dopamine, making you crave even more. It's not your fault, you've been wired to chase quick rewards. Most of us are in a vicious cycle of quitting and relapsing because we fail to notice the underlying problem. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, gets it right. You don't just eliminate bad habits, you replace them with better ones. And to be honest, willpower is completely overrated. If the environment is designed to make bad habits easily accessible and good habits difficult, you will fail every time. You will last the challenge maybe a day, but then you relapse hard. That's because your brain has been trained to expect instant rewards. And when you remove them all at once, you are left with nothing to replace them. You don't need more willpower, you need less temptation and better rewards. This isn't just a bad habit, you fall to a level of your systems. If your system is built on instant gratification, you will stay stuck. How to fix it? Try these techniques. Make the bad habit invisible. Bad habits provide a certain satisfaction, that's why it's also so difficult to eliminate them. And resisting distractions while they're right in front of you to access is a losing battle. Imagine there's an alcoholic and you want him to quit alcohol. You don't just put alcohol in front of him to test his willpower, that's just stupid. Even the person with the strongest willpower can't compete against instant dopamine. But what we can do is avoid the things that cause our bad habits. For example, move your phone out of reach when working. Delete social media apps or make them harder to access. If the problem is eating unhealthy, keep junk food out of your house. Make good habits rewarding. On the other hand, to make healthy habits stick, pair them with something you enjoy. Think about a habit you want to develop, like reading for example. And next, think about something your monkey brain wants right now. For example, watching YouTube. This way you will associate the habit with something pleasurable. Now our system is changing from instant gratification to delayed gratification. The previously hard habits become easy because we are expecting a dopamine release after completing it. The 5-minute rule. The hardest part of a task is getting started. Most people, including me, fail because we just make the habits too difficult at the start. Instead, just use the 5-minute rule. You want to read? Just read for 5 minutes. You want to journal? Just write for 5 minutes. 90% of the time, the momentum of starting is enough to keep you going. As simple as that. You don't need to quit dopamine. You just have to be careful where you get it from. By making bad habits invisible, by making good habits attractive, and by starting small, we can achieve this. You will start craving the things that actually benefit you, because every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Choose wisely, because the pain of change is always less than the pain of stagnation.